Good morning, everyone. In this video, I'm testing out 4 new pieces of gear, and I'm also going to give you a bit of a story about who I am. How the heck did I get into this outdoor thing anyways? And hey, we got a snowfall warning ahead of us right now, and well, I'm driving through it right now, so no snowshoes today. It's going to be interesting.
At the stop sign, turn right onto Highway 66.
So here we are. I'm on the Prairie Mountain Trail today. It's kind of a local go-to, I guess you might say. There's a ton of snow out here, way more than I thought, that's for sure. And geez, even the driving in was pretty interesting, let's just say that. So I'm testing out 4 new pieces of gear today. I have this one here. This is the Alpine Start hoodie from Black Diamond. This will be an interesting piece. It has Alpha Direct on the inside and obviously this face fabric, so I'm pretty curious to see how this performs. I have a alpaca base layer from Arms of Andes, and I wanted to kind of give it a go to see how that was going to compare to, say, merino wool, which I love. And I do have some new pants as well from Fjallraven. This is the Keb Agile Trousers, the winter version. And what else do I have? Black Diamond Alpine. It's a soft shell glove, rated to -9. I don't think we're going to get to -9 today, but I have tested that one out a little bit already, so I have some thoughts. But let's get going and we'll check in a bit. I mentioned in the opener that I was just going to give you a little bit of a short bio on, you know, how I got into this whole outdoor thing in the first place. And I guess I would have been, geez, going back to maybe 2 years old. My parents had me on skis and they were taking me to the mountains. Sorry, I'm breathing hard, but I've been working a lot lately, so. Yeah, that's kind of my first memories of how it started, although I probably don't really remember. That's what I was told. I was only 2. And they had me skiing, and I was probably more like one of those bobblehead dolls that, you know, are just kind of flopping around on a pair of skis. But, yeah, I was going to the mountains. I was racing at Mount Norquay in their program for many years. And obviously grew up to really love skiing from that experience. And I do mostly backcountry skiing nowadays, less in the resorts, but I guess I get impatient waiting in line. But I think then, you know, of course, summer months would come and spend more time in the outdoors, just playing in general. So I think that's really where my love for it started. And of course, I just love being in nature. It's pretty incredible. So I had to strip off the Alpine Start hoodie. It was getting a little toasty roasty. So yeah, the skiing thing was pretty fun, and man, the number of times that I froze my toes off, I'm surprised I didn't run the other direction, because I would go into the lodge crying. My feet were so cold, and you know, when that feeling when they're starting to thaw out and that blood is running through your veins. Ouch. But I forged on. I think that taught me something, you know, at a very young age that I didn't realize, and that's resiliency. And you know, you never want to get to the point where you're getting frostbite, really, but sort of taught me to forge on a little bit. And yeah, as years went on, then I kind of got you know, into hiking, and you always start out pretty small, just some small little day hikes, and gradually I progressed throughout the years. And when I was in university, I got into climbing as well. Had some climbing friends, and we'd go out, and initially we did some top roping, kept it nice and safe, and then gradually went into you know, a little bit of sport climbing, and then some trad climbing. So I did that for a few years. Again, another progression. Taught me a few things about the mountains and safety. And then from there, you know, back to the skiing. The resort skiing turned into a desire to seek those, you know, beautiful untracked powder lines, and there was only one way that I felt like I could do that, was the backcountry. So I just got tired of waiting in the lines at ski hills, freezing my toes off again while I was waiting to go up the chairlift. And ski touring was, you know, hiking on skis basically. So that was pretty fun. So a quick gear check-in. The pants have been great so far. It is their Keb Agile winter trouser. It's definitely agile in places, that's for sure. Nice stretch. They have their G1000 fabric as well, and for those more abrasion resistant areas, I suppose. So far so good, no signs of wetting out right now. And I have not put on the gloves yet because I don't need them. I'm generating a lot of body heat, so far so good. Hard to keep the gear dry today. My main camera I usually shoot with, I did drop it in the snow accidentally. It's weather sealed, but now the screen's not working, so it's gonna be heavy on the action camera side of things for this trip. But anyways, so I was talking about, I guess, my days climbing and skiing and all that kind of stuff, and I think my first real backpacking trip was probably high school. It was part of phys ed, I believe, and it was kind of funny. We had it was an overnighter, but there was a cooking component to it, a bit of a contest. So my tent mate at the time, we brought lobster tails and, you know, giant pot, all the heaviest stuff you could possibly imagine, but we didn't know any better, and we weren't really going that far anyways. So, but long story short, we won the cooking competition with the backcountry lobster tails. So that was kind of fun, and that was really the start of my backpacking. And, you know, I've been doing it on and off ever since, but certainly mostly on. And geez, I love it. So I guess now we're getting into the late 90s, early 2000s, and I find myself in the outdoor industry, and I'm working for Solomon and their Alpine division, and it's great. I mean, I'm loving it. I'm right in my element, and I did that for several years. Had an amazing time. I then found myself at the North Face. Jumped into a sales rep position over there. Did that for several years as well, and then really got immersed a little bit more in the industry. And as I said in my Norda shoe video, and that was great. It really, you know, really upped my technical game a lot. I mean, sitting there with the designers and listening to them talk about why they developed the particular product, the end use it served, and then of course all the technical elements of fabrics and, you know, things like Gore-Tex and Vibram outsoles and shoes and the whole list. So it was sort of a great period of my life, and just elevated my outdoor game yet again. Okay, I zipped up to the top. There wasn't much to see. It's pretty much a whiteout almost, but it was getting pretty windy up there. Stopped, put another layer on, and I just headed back down. Not exactly a place to stop for lunch, but I definitely have a few thoughts on the gear. So we'll give you more of that in another video. There's definitely some pluses and minuses. I found one big minus. I just put on the Black Diamond Alpine soft shell gloves, and but anyways, hope you learn a little bit more about me. I'm trying not to trip on the way down here. That was a bit of the short story as to where I got just as far as my ascension into the outdoors, and my love for it, really. I just love being out here. It's so beautiful, even when the weather's like this. So anyways, hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you on the next one.